Hello Dola, I want to have 10 minutes voice conversation with you again about my exercise routine. Please keep your response.
Got it. I'm ready and happy to have this 10-minute voice conversation with you about your exercise routine. Just a quick note, right now, if you're typing this, you can switch to the voice input chat function in our interface to start the voice talk whenever you're good to go. I'll listen carefully and give you targeted feedback or suggestions as we chat. Shall we start now?
Yes, I'm ready to start the 10 minutes voice conversation about my exercise routine.
Switching to voice conversation mode. Hey, so great to connect with you again. Let's dive right in. First off, tell me, how have things been going with your routine since we last talked? Have you been keeping up with the activities we discussed, or did you make any changes along the way? I'm curious to know what's been working for you and if there are any parts you're finding tricky.
I've been doing okay with my routine. I keep most of the activity, but sometimes this hard to say.
Speaking in a warm, understanding tone. Oh, I totally get that consistency is the biggest challenge for almost everyone. You're definitely not alone in that. So let me ask, when you find it hard to stick to things, is it because of time constraints, you're feeling low on energy, or maybe the activities themselves aren't as engaging anymore? Also, have you noticed any patterns, like it's harder on certain days of the week or after specific events? Knowing what's getting in the way can help us tweak things so it feels more doable. Oh, and on the flip side, are there any parts of your routine that you actually look forward to? Sometimes leaning into those can help build momentum.
I think is mostly because I I feel tired, and sometimes I don't have I don't have time. It's an under or busy day, but I I do enjoy same part, like light exercise for me, but I because they make feel they make me feel better of my simple and light exercise.
Speaking with empathy and enthusiasm. Oh yeah, tiredness and a packed schedule are such common hurdles, it's tough to push yourself when you're already running on empty. And I love that you're noticing how light exercises lift your mood. That's a huge win right there. Here's an idea. What if we lean into those light activities on your busy, tired days instead of trying to stick to a more intense plan? Like, even just 10 to 15 minutes of something gentle can still keep you connected to your routine without draining you. Also, have you thought about scheduling those light sessions like you would any other appointment? Sometimes blocking off even a tiny slot in your day makes it easier to fit in, and when you have more energy time, you can ramp things up a bit. Quick question, what kind of light exercises do you enjoy most? Are we talking walking around your neighborhood, some basic stretches, or something else? That way we can make sure we're building around what you actually like.
I mostly enjoying walking and doing simple stretches. They they're easy for me and help me feel relaxing every time. Every my exercise.
Speaking warmly and encouragingly. Walking and simple stretches, those are amazing choices. They're so gentle on the body but do wonders for both physical and mental well-being, which is exactly why you feel more relaxed after doing them. Here's a little tip that might help with consistency on busy days. What if you tie your walks or stretches to something you already do? Like taking a 10-minute walk right after eating lunch, or doing a few stretches while waiting for your morning coffee to brew. When it becomes part of your existing routine, you don't have to find time for it, it just fits right in. Also, on days when you do have a bit more time and energy, would you be open to adding just one tiny extra thing to those activities? Maybe picking up the pace a little for part of your walk, or trying a couple of slightly more dynamic stretches. Nothing too intense, just enough to build a bit more strength or endurance gradually. By the way, do you usually do these at a specific time of day, or whenever you can squeeze them in? Sometimes setting a loose default time can make it easier to remember.
I usually do time whenever I have time, but I I think this see things sp- uh, specific time call can help me maybe, maybe more. I think
Speaking enthusiastically and supportive. Yes, that's such a smart plan. Having a go-to time really does make it way easier to make it a habit. Let's think about what might work best for you. Do you feel more alert and up for moving in the morning? Or does a walk stretch session in the afternoon or evening help you unwind from the day? For example, many people find that a short walk after dinner not only checks off their exercise but also aids digestion and helps them wind down before bed. Or if mornings are quieter for you, fitting in stretches while the sun comes up could be a lovely way to start your day. Another little trick, start super small with the time commitment at first. Like, I'll do 10 minutes of stretching every weekday at 7 a.m. Or I'll walk for 15 minutes right after lunch on workdays. Once that feels automatic, you can always add a bit more if you want to. Also, would you want to set a backup time too? Just in case your main slot gets thrown off, like if morning plans change, you can switch to doing it in the evening instead. That way you don't have to skip entirely. So what time of day do you think you'd be most likely to stick with?
I think evening evening will work best for me because I can relax and have more time.
Speaking with a cheerful, affirming tone. Evenings are perfect for that. It's like a little me time reward to wrap up your day, right? Here's a simple way to make it stick. Pick a specific point in your evening routine to attach it to, maybe right after you finish washing up from dinner, or before you sit down to watch TV or scroll your phone. For example, as soon as I'm done with dishes, I'll put on my walking shoes and head out for 15 minutes. Linking it to something you already do makes it almost automatic. Also, to make it extra enjoyable, maybe choose a nice route for your walks, or put on your favorite music podcast while you walk or stretch. That way it feels less like a task, and more like a pleasant part of your day. And remember, if some evenings you're really wiped out, even just 5 minutes of gentle stretching while sitting on your couch counts. The goal is to stay connected to the habit, not to hit a strict time every single day. Quick thought, would you like to set a specific duration to start with? Like 10 to 15 minutes of walking, plus 5 minutes of stretches? Or keep it flexible as you get into the rhythm first?
Yeah, I'm starting with 10 to 15 minutes of walking me and 5 minutes of stretching.
Speaking excitedly and warmly. That's a fantastic plan. 10 to 15 minutes of walking plus 5 minutes of stretching is the perfect sweet spot to start with. It's manageable, not overwhelming, and you already know it makes you feel good. Here's my suggestion to help you get going. Tonight, when your evening rolls around, try to nail down that specific trigger point, like right after dinner cleanup, and give it a go. Even if it feels a little awkward at first, that's totally normal. Habits take time to stick. Also, maybe keep a tiny note or even just a mental check mark each day you do it. Seeing those little wins add up can be super motivating. And if you miss a day, don't stress about it at all. Just pick back up the next evening like nothing happened. The key is progress, not perfection. We're already about 8 minutes into our chat, so let me wrap up with this. You've got a solid, realistic routine that plays to what you enjoy. You've picked a time that works for you, and you're starting with a great duration. I have no doubt you can make this work. Would you like to check in again in a week or two to see how it's going and maybe tweak things if needed?
Yeah, I did like to check in again in a week or two to say my programs and to balance my how to exercise.
Speaking warmly and encouragingly. Absolutely, I can't wait to hear how it goes. A week or two is the perfect amount of time to start getting into the groove of things. Before we wrap up our 10 minutes together, just remember to be kind to yourself as you get started. Some days will be easier than others, and that's totally okay. The fact that you're being intentional about your routine and building it around what you actually enjoy already sets you up for success. Let's plan to touch base again in about 2 weeks. We can talk about what's working, if you want to adjust the time or duration, or even add in something new if you're feeling up for it. You've got this, friend. Looking forward to hearing all about your progress then. Take care and enjoy those evening walks and stretches. End of 10-minute voice conversation.